with the two previous speakers, and I think you really put it in a really good way. So what is actually happening? And I guess that's what we've been talking about the whole day. Because, you know, we can talk, we can meet in these conferences, and we can talk about the global and business trends that hit us. We can talk about autonomy, we can talk about all these different solutions and a new digital tool that is hitting our business. But then the big question is, how is that influencing our organization? And what choices do we make? What bets do we take in the investments that we do to kind of meet these global trends? That's the strategy we're talking about. And all these, in all these discussions and these kind of really important decisions that you all have to make every day, we have the individuals, as Ann-Margrit said. We have the individuals that is in our organization and is standing there wondering, what is happening? What does this mean for me? And these individuals are still important for your organization. And to get the return on investment on these organizational decisions you make when it comes to digitization, they need to be there with you, because otherwise the return on investment that you will take much longer. And then it still fascinates me that we tend to forget all these individuals. We can meet in these conferences and we can discuss, but we still tend to forget these individuals. So I really believe and have seen the results of trying to build a trust. And acknowledge and talk about the work that you do on a strategic level with your individuals. Involve them. Give them the information they need to feel safe, and then they also might have quite good ideas on how you can utilize on the technology investments that you make. And that building that trust takes time, especially in an environment where change is happening so rapidly and are so significant that you have all talked about today. And then a few advice or that we could discuss each of these 6 points in detail and spend many days on these. But I guess, I mean, you are all a part of leadership teams in your organization. You all have important key roles in the organizations that you represent. And I guess it all starts with leadership. Leadership acknowledging that the individuals and an involvement of them are important. And we really need to understand, as Tamara said, that we need to act now. So all these future trends that we've been talking about today, it's not like it's happening in 1, 2, or 5 years, it's happening right now. And then we really also need to understand what that means. And then we also need to make some choices and bets. So we really need to test something out. We can't do everything, as also the two previous speakers said. We need to make some decisions, some bets, and then we need to work with those in a structured manner. And we need to make a bigger leap. We need to involve, we need to talk about it, and we need to make sure understand that this is not the incremental changes, small steps at the way. We are talking about the big change here. And that's also part of the cultural mindset that Tamara mentioned. And we need to own the debate. We need to own the automation debate. I mean, when it comes to artificial intelligence, for example, that's going to happen. And we need to understand, what does artificial intelligence mean to us? How will we use it in our business? And how do we make sure that we use the data in a correct manner? And then we also remember then that, yes, this will affect maybe some of the jobs in the organization. And it will affect our future workforce. But we talk about people. We are not talking about jobs. So what can we do to work with the competence within the organization? What can we do to shift the skill set, mindset, and how do we work with that in a structured way? And then we need to build a clear narrative. To build that trust in our organization, we need to tell stories. We need to show how people has changed, how people is evolving, and how people are embracing the changes that they meet. And that's all up to you as leaders in your organizations.